not liking it. I have to say I'm not liking it. Let's see how it happened. But yeah, castles, bishop g7, rook e1, e5, bishop takes c6, d takes c6. So more or less fairly standard stuff. a4 and Pragg goes g5. I mean, I don't believe in this g5. Sorry. Maybe too old-fashioned, but I feel like it's not the move. d3, g4, knight fd2, bishop e6. I mean, usually this g5, g4 is very, very nice if white knight is not able to come to d2. Yeah, if it's forced to e1, it makes perfect sense. But okay, Andrey playing the move knight c4 so slightly surprises me. So basically, it means that Andrey believes that if black trades on c4, then this endgame gives him chances. Okay, there is this, for example, okay, what I'm talking about is if we trade everything, the only weakness that I see is the f5 square. So basically in the long run, white's knight, I don't know if via this route or via e1 easily, but it can try to target the f5 weakness, and it will be very, very unpleasant for black if that knight lands there.
Also, the pawn structure makes black's bishop a lot worse than white's bishop. You've got all this e5, c5 stuff. So I think it's sort of a long-term advantage that white would have, and it would be a grind that Esipenko is looking at, and happy to do it. Peter, we'll come back to this, but I know you said that you don't enjoy g6, g5, g4, but I can tell you for the audience, this is exactly the kind of chess that we love seeing. Just makes things more exciting. But of course, if it goes into the endgame, this could be just bad news for black. Peter, let's move on and take a look at Shak against Duda. There's bishop e6.
if you look at everything in Black's camp, they're all pretty much defending each other. And just safety first chess, when you are ahead of material, tends to be just the best practical way to handle a position.
Yeah, it's a really, really instructive move. And I'm also expecting the light squared bishop that's sitting there on its starting square to get involved in the defense. And this kind of releases the queen from defensive duties, and then she can zoom into the white side of the board.
Exactly. So meanwhile, Esipenko, he's a fighter. He's won some great games this tournament, including against Magnus, and he brought the white rook all the way over to the left. He wants to swing it up the board onto the 7th rank where Black's king lies, while Praggnanandhaa is at some point over the next few turns targeting the Black king. If you sit and wait too long, then Black will simply activate the Black queen. That Black rook will cause some damage. Yeah, you can't wait. Timing is everything here.
You know what these two have in common?
They are both playing in the Airthings Masters.
And they both beat the world champion in the Airthings Masters. And two young players. Incredible stuff.
Both still teenagers, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we've seen a trade of dark squared bishops. Now Esipenko at least trying to get the white queen involved. Very, very logical as well. That's the type of move where even if you're struggling, it can scare the opponent when you put your queen in their half, or at least to threaten some things. That white queen is maybe just at the moment only threatening a pawn, but if you imagine the white rook coming up to the 7th rank and lining itself up again with the black knight, with the black king behind it, there are some serious threats for it.
Yeah, and in light of that, I actually was thinking that the king should get involved in the defense, because there's some, still some threats against the white king. Instead, Praggnanandhaa decides to take a very safety-first approach and retreats the bishop. So now it's the bishop that...
Well, and it's so logical. Look at this. The black king just sidestepping, protecting his knight. We mentioned it as well. Knights are a king's best friend, but kings can be a knight's best friend. Together, they are so hard to break down. Black's king and knight defending everything. The rest of Black's pieces allowed loose on the attack. And look at the computer as well, plus 15. That means in material terms, that's a queen and a rook advantage. It's even more than a queen and rook advantage. And the white king in the corner, no defenders. Black's king perfectly defended by his knight.
I think we're going to see your idea in operation, David. I think the bishop is just going to take one step forward and attack this pawn. Just wants to get on the long diagonal, give a check.
Yep. If you could just pick up Black's bishop and teleport it on the same diagonal as White's king, is game over.
Even better, you could just net a knight.
Yeah. Why not grab a knight for free? Who needs checkmate? You can just grab a knight and be greedy. And Esipenko, look at him on the camera. He's about to give up.
Yeah, it definitely. There it is. Another huge win for 16-year-old Praggnanandhaa. Again with the black pieces, beating one of the players who's been playing really good in this tournament, Andrey Esipenko. But he loses to the 16-year-old. Wow, how impressive by Praggnanandhaa. And look at that, he's angry, Esipenko. Ooh.